You may have seen recently a video that I did about whether or not it's a good idea to learn English from music. And I had said in that video, no, it's not, and I gave some examples. And I still think that. But I want to say it in a different way. I want to say, instead, it's not a bad idea to learn English from music. It's just that I personally don't think it's the best method. In fact, I think that there are 10 or 20 other better ways to do it than listening to songs. Maybe even more than that. Okay, that's my opinion. And I'm going to explain a little bit about why I have that opinion, and we're going to actually look at a song that's popular that may either support my opinion or not, and I'll let you decide. And that's kind of the point. I want you to decide for yourself if it's useful or not, okay? So when I say I don't think it's great, I have my reasons, it might be useful to you, and I've talked with people who have said to me, music and lyrics are the things that got me into learning English. That's one of the things I wanted to study first, picking out the meaning of the lyrics, right? And so what can I say against that? If that works for you and you really like it and that's your doorway or your window into the language, who am I to say you cannot do that? What I am trying to say is, as a person with his opinion, I don't think it's even close to the best way. And in fact, I think English songs could mislead you in a lot of ways. So, do I have an example? Yes. Yes, I do. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look at a song that's popular right now. We're going to look at a small piece of it, and I apologize if it offends you. There are some bad words in it. If you're offended by bad words, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video. This is the channel that did a video on the F word and how to use it. In fact, 2 videos. So, here you are. Now, I want to look at it because I want to explore this question. Can we learn English from music? Should we learn English from music? And I want you to decide that for yourself after we get through this, okay? So we're going to look at 2 clips. I'm going to show you the first, then we'll talk about it a little bit, and then I'm going to show you the second, and we'll talk about that one a little bit. Very short. Let's take a quick look at the first section of a song by a musician who you may know or you may have seen recently, named Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh? Play me like a dummy, like bitch. Are you dumb? Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Huh?
It is catchy, right? That piece is catchy. I don't know if you caught the lyrics, but that's what I want to talk about. I think it's a perfect example, okay? Now, the lyrics. Are you dumb, stupid, or dumb? Now, this is either great genius or just dumb lyrics. It's hard to say. But when we're making music, the project is not to only express something through words. The project is to give people a feeling, to make people feel something through the words and through the melody, through the beat, through the bass, all of that, right? And so when we hear, are you dumb, stupid, or dumb, immediately we think, well, those are the worst lyrics I've ever heard in my life, because dumb and stupid and dumb mean the same thing. So not only is he saying dumb twice, which you're not supposed to do in song lyrics, you're not supposed to use the same word to rhyme, right, with your previous word, he's also saying another third word in the middle, which is stupid, which means the same thing, right? Are you dumb, stupid, same meaning as dumb, or dumb, same meaning. Dumb, again, repeated after the first one. So the initial response is, what? What terrible lyrics. But then we have to remember, what's the purpose of music? What if this is genius? What if he's trying to point out something else or create a different kind of feeling in this song? It's certainly stuck in my head. It was stuck in my head yesterday, so there's got to be something to it. It's an extremely popular song, so there's got to be something to it. But again, the question is it good for learning English? Should we use it as a language learning tool? Now, I just want to mention a couple of quick things before we answer, or at least try to answer, that question. I want to look at maybe some ways that we can express this if we wanted to do it correctly. We might say, are you stupid? That's fine. Are you stupid? We wouldn't say, are you stupid or dumb, because those two things mean the same thing. We could say, are you nuts? Nuts means crazy. Are you crazy? Are you nuts? This is totally normal, totally common. So if we're going to sort of pick out the thing from this little section of the song that actually makes sense and is actually common, those are the things that we could pick out. We could say, if we wanted to use an or, we could say, are you crazy or just dumb? That's a very common expression. Nuts means crazy, so we could say, are you nuts or just a moron? Again, we can use or here because we're expressing two different things. The kind of unique, maybe strange thing about this particular song is that he's saying three things. Two of them are exactly the same, and all of them have the same meaning. Again, it's either genius, or it's very dumb, or stupid, or dumb. Now let's look at the other piece of it, and then we'll get into this question of whether or not this is a good tool for learning. So let's look at the second and final section of this same song. Here we go.
You're mad, I'm back. Big mad, he's mad, she's mad. Big sad, ha ha. Don't care, stay mad. Ha ha. Bitch, I'm laughing cause you big mad. See it in your face, cry, baby, bitch, you big sad.
I think this is the one that people are listening to. I don't know if you ever look at TikTok. So if you ever look at TikTok, this is something that you'll see all the time now on TikTok. People are dancing to this or doing actions to this piece of this song. It seems pretty popular. Okay. Now, what's wrong with this one? Well, again, I can't say there's anything wrong with it because it's stuck in my head, so it's good. It must be interesting music if it's stuck in my head. Well, not necessarily, but anyway, it's there and it's popular and everyone's copying it, so it's new. It's something. Maybe that's the purpose of music. So maybe that's great. Now let's look at, though, the English here. We hear a couple things. We hear big mad, big sad, several times. Several times we hear big mad, big sad. Now, if we were saying, I'm learning English from this, then we would have to say, this song is not good, because if you start saying, I'm big mad about what you did to my coffee. I'm big sad about you breaking up with me. I'm big sad about it. What he's saying is very, very sad, very, very mad. Now, what I can't say is that he shouldn't say that, because he's a musician. He can do whatever he wants. And again, music is music. Music is not literature. Music is not speaking. Music is music. There are no rules. You can do whatever you want. The effect is what you're trying to get. The emotion, the mood, the feeling is what you're trying to express, right? So maybe don't learn English from this part, but at the same time, sort of relax and enjoy it, right? Now let's see if we can actually pick out some meaning like we did for the previous part. How about this? If we wanted to say mad, we might say instead upset, furious, frustrated, beside myself, irate. Now, this is learning English, right? Mad and sad are very simple words. Very simple words. If we read a novel or some other way to learn or get English, maybe videos or TED Talks, we get more diversity. We hear these things in sentences. If we hear the word upset, we learn it in a sentence. If we hear furious, we maybe see it in a couple of different sentences. Frustrated. These are all different shades of mad. Irate means very mad. Beside myself with rage or anger means very, very angry, very mad, right? Frustrated means a kind of mad, but in a way that's sort of slow and long-term because I did something wrong, usually. Furious is like irate, very, very angry. Upset is a kind of mix between sadness and anger, or it could be any possible reason, right? So we could pick these out as variations of mad, and then we could say maybe we have learned from this song, because I am talking about it. Here we are looking at clips from it, so maybe we're learning from music. I don't know. I don't know. What's the right approach to this? Here we are talking about this song in this video, and so we could say, ironically, maybe we are learning English from music, which is, according to me, not a good thing to do. But it is the thing which I am doing. So you decide for yourself. As I said, you decide for yourself. Now, is big mad even acceptable to communicate big mad to anybody? Can we say that? No, we can't say that. Generally, people will not understand. Right? We could say very mad. Could say very mad. Could say very sad, really sad, very sad. You can use those words. but it's good to know the variations as well. Now, how about sad? Can we look at variations of sad? Yeah. Upset again. Now, upset is a special one because it could be more focused on the anger side or the sadness side, and it could kind of go either way depending on the situation. I'm really upset, crying, or I'm really upset, angry. That word is quite unique. Down is kind of a slow, depressed sadness. I'm not very happy today, kind of down. Heartbroken, maybe after someone dies, or maybe after someone breaks up with you, or a divorce, something like that. Sorrowful is very poetic, something you would see in poetry or literature. We don't often use the word sorrowful for ourselves. We often use it to describe other people. We don't say, I'm sorrowful. That sounds weird. And then hurt is usually what someone does to us. Some action that someone takes that makes us feel bad, makes us feel sad, big sad even. We could say that we're hurt. Okay, so what can we say about all this? Well, again, I want you to decide that for yourself. I think reading books, watching videos, watching documentaries, watching TED Talks, listening to the news, listening to podcasts, playing video games, I think all of these things, and many other things, are better tools for learning English than music. But if it happens to be the thing that you love to do, that you like to study lyrics and understand them, then I think it could be a good tool if you're enthusiastic about that. But I would suggest that instead of just copying immediately what they say in the song and going to Starbucks and saying, oh, you spelled my name wrong on my cup, I'm big mad about that. Probably not. Not the best thing to learn right now anyway. Maybe in 20 years that will be normal. If Tekashi 6ix9ine is a cultural icon and changes the language, then maybe we'll all be saying big sad someday. I don't know. But if you're studying the lyrics because you like to do that and then you use that as a jumping off point, like we've kind of done here, to say, what are some variations of this? What are some other ways that I could say big sad, distraught, upset? There are so many that we could talk about that I didn't even show you here. There are many. Use it as a beginning point of exploration. Then I think it could be good. And again, ironically, here I am talking about how I don't think music is a good tool, using music as a tool for teaching English. That's a bit ironic. I recognize that. It is what it is. I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Let me know in the comments what you think about learning English through music. Is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? Do you do it? Do you not do it? Why? I'd like to hear your thoughts in the comments. If you haven't already, guys, make sure you hit the like button. That would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe or follow. And also, check out my full courses in the links in the description.